Yo, I'm Gunnar and I'm making a game solo, and this month I finally added the storytelling minigame. With the two previous activities already done, cooking and fishing, I was able to move much faster on this one. I could reuse a ton of UI elements, menu boxes, backgrounds, animation, and even parts of the core logic, such as the scripts that trigger cutscenes or the way I handled state management. So in the end, it only took me about a month to go from the very first concept design all the way to the prototype you're seeing right now. So what is this storytelling minigame? Let me walk you through the core concept. The goal of the activity is to entertain the guests currently staying in the guest house. Each guest is attracted to one of the three moods: scary, epic, or funny. And they also have traits, some positive, some less positive, that influence how they react to certain stories. The storytelling activity is played using a deck of cards, and each session is divided into 3 acts: exposition, climax, and payoff. In each act, the player chooses which cards to play in order to create the best possible combinations and maximize every guest's satisfaction. There are 2 types of cards: action cards, which have a specific mood. When you play them, they increase the score of any guest who like that mood, and special cards, which modify how the score for the current act is calculated, usually with score multipliers or conditional bonuses. At the end of the 3 acts, the guest satisfaction score is calculated and the player receives a bonus depending on their overall performance. And hey, if you're enjoying seeing this project come together, don't forget to wishlist the game on Steam and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss the next update. Like the other minigames, the player can improve over time. As guests become fully satisfied with their stay, they can give the player new cards, so the more you play, the better your deck gets, which lets you entertain more demanding guests later in the adventure. And so by the end of the game, your storytelling abilities will be far stronger than when you started. Once again, the part that took me the most time wasn't the logic, it was the UI, and this minigame is heavily UI driven since it's basically a card game. So I spent a lot of time trying card designs that looked cool but were still readable at a glance, and I'm not 100% satisfied yet, but it's good enough to move forward. Now that the core system is playable, the next step is adding animation and background cutscenes that bring the storytelling sessions to life. This will make the activity much more dynamic and fun to watch. And just in time before the end of the year, I'll have completed all 3 gameplay archetypes that make up the guesthouse experience. The plan for January is to do a full polish pass and everything related to the guesthouse, especially on the guests themselves. This is a huge milestone. It means that the guesthouse portion of the game, the one I want to showcase in next year's playable prototype, will finally be content complete. And once that's done, I can finally jump back into developing the combat system. It's been a while since I touched it and I can't wait to get back to it. And that's it for this month's recap. We're getting close to the end of the year, and with it, the finalization to the guesthouse portion for next year's playable demo. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, thank you for your continued support. I'll see you next month. Have a great one.